This is Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on Viking athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Enjoy the action and excitement of NCAA Division II athletics at Augustana.
Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition of Augustana Sportscene. I'm Bill Gross, Director of Athletics at Augustana College. On this week's show, we're going to feature some exciting action as we spin our Augustana Sports Update. We'll also talk Augustana men's basketball with Coach Tom Billiter and women's basketball with Coach Dave Krauth. A little later in the program, in our Augustana Sports Focus, we will run a feature which appeared on the Life to the Max television program, and it's on the Augustana College football program. We know you're going to enjoy it. And we'll take a look at what's ahead on the Augustana Sports calendar for this week. It's going to be a great show, so let's get the action rolling. Here comes Augustana Sports Update for this week.
Augustana Sports Update is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
Coach Dave Krauth's Augustana women's basketball team split a pair of road games on the weekend before Christmas. The Vikings rolled over Minnesota Crookston 84-58 before dropping a heartbreaking 63-60 battle against a strong Minnesota State Moorhead team. In the win at Crookston, Alex Feeney led the Vikings with 19 points and 9 rebounds. Megan Doyle added 18 points, Molly Hayes 13, and Christy Board and Tessa Wilka 10 each. The Vikings nailed 11 of 22 three-pointers and made 11 of 14 free throw attempts. The Augustana ladies out-rebounded the Golden Eagles 41-37. Against Minnesota State Moorhead, the Vikings got out to a 39-31 halftime lead and led by as many as 11 points in the second half. But the Dragons, now 7-2 overall and 4-2 in the NSIC, used a 17-3 run down the stretch to gain the victory. Alex Feeney again led the offensive attack with 22 points and 6 rebounds. Alex also blocked 4 shots. Megan Doyle added 11 points and 9 rebounds, with Christy Board also scoring 11 points. The Vikings now have an 11-2 record, including a 4-2 mark in NSIC play. In men's basketball, Coach Tom Billiter's team also split a pair of road games. Augustana defeated Minnesota Crookston 81-68 before getting edged by MSU Moorhead 64-61. In the Crookston game, the Vikings moved to a 45-32 halftime lead on their way to the win. Cody Schilling scored 20 points for the Vikings, with Cameron McCaffrey adding 18 and Trevor Haas 16. Derek DeZayal led Augustana to a 34-32 rebound advantage as he grabbed a career-high 12 rebounds. In the Moorhead game, the Vikings got off to a slow start as they fell behind 25-10 midway through the first half. Augustana fought back to trail 35-26 at halftime. The Vikings opened the second half with a 7-0 run, and the game stayed close the rest of the way. Cody Schilling paced the offensive attack with 21 points, while Derek DeZayal hauled down 7 rebounds. The Dragons, now 6-3 overall, out-rebounded Augustana 30-25. The Vikings finished the 2010 portion of their schedule with a 6-4 record, including a 3-3 mark in NSIC play. That's our sports update for this week. When we come back, we'll talk Augustana men's basketball with Coach Tom Billiter. Stay with us.
Augustana Sportscene is brought to you by Sanford Health, improving the human condition, by Schoenemann's, your trusted building center since 1888, and by Mid-Continent Communications, part of your community.
At Schoenemann's, our staff's expertise goes far beyond hardware. In fact, we know just how important your home is to you and are committed to making every project a success. So, whether you're just adding some color to your life or adding on for your growing family, Schoenemann's can help. Sure, we know you can pick up nails just about anywhere, but when it's expert advice you need, you'll find it only at Schoenemann's.
You can always do it right with Schoenemann's.
And now, an amazing discovery from the Better Bundle Bureau. E equals MC squared. Entertainment equals Mid-Continent Communications Duo. Specifically, the $79 Theater DVR Suite and Midconet Preferred Broadband Bundle. This entertainment equation combines the fastest Midconet broadband, free HD, on-demand, and over 200 channels of touchdowns, home makeovers, and pampered pooches. The Theater DVR Suite and Midconet Preferred Broadband Bundle. A formula for fun.
We call it the pioneer spirit, always pushing a little farther, always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new, Something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here. The new Sanford Health.
The Augustana Men's Basketball Report is brought to you by Sanford Health.
Joining me now is Augustana men's basketball coach Tom Billiter. Well, Tom, before the holidays here, you made the trip up to Crookston and Moorhead. We started out at Minnesota Crookston. A nice victory for the Vikings.
Yeah, I thought, it was just kind of kind of just business as usual. I didn't think we played particularly well, but we got an early lead, 10 to 15 points almost the entire game after the first 8 minutes, and just never relinquished it. Just played to win the game, and thought we did some good things. And actually, I think Crookston's definitely improving. They've had some tough luck. They had a good player in Cruz transfer, and they've got a good kid in Keem Kubi that's injured. And I tell you, if Jeff had those kids with the group he's got, they're a vastly improved team. So going into the game, we really, we knew that's as good a team as they've had since we've been here, and thought we played pretty well on Friday night. I hope we're not getting in a pattern. We seem to play well on Friday on the road, and then on Saturday we don't seem to be able to put our best foot forward. And I think it's one of those things where, maybe we're preparing really well for Friday. I don't know, but we've got to figure this thing out a little bit.
Yeah, well, Minnesota Crookston, just to follow on Tom's comments, they came back Saturday night and beat Wayne State, so there you go. Anyway, the Vikings then on Saturday, it was on to Minnesota State Moorhead. Quite a game, Tom. We had our chances. We just didn't get there.
On the road, you can't spot a team 15 points. We opened up the game on it. We're down 25 to 10. We were up 8 to 6, and the next thing you know, it's 25 to 10. And then we kind of settled down a little bit, and from that point on, we got it down to 9 at the half and ended up tying it, and then we actually went up a point with about 9-10 minutes left. It was pretty much back and forth, always close, and then at the end they had a little bit of a lead. We had a nice steal, and then at the end we had a beautiful look. I wouldn't change a thing, and neither would Cody. It was just took a timeout, designed something, and got a really nice screen hand back to Cody, wide open, top of the key. And that thing, Bill, for the life of me, I don't know how it didn't go in. That thing was halfway, 2/3 down, and it just came out. And you could even I've never heard so many people just say, how did that not go in? It was just a great look. But, it would only send us to overtime, and who knows what might have happened then. But it would have been fun to try to get to overtime. Well,
Tom, it's really developing into quite a race here. 5-6 games into the conference as we go to the holiday break here. Everybody's lost at least once. And it is a balanced conference.
Well, and I think what you see is the teams that traditionally weren't in the top, maybe 6 or 7, have really improved. And their administrations are doing a good job of increasing scholarships and trying to put a lot of money into basketball and making it a very good basketball conference. And I think when you have those things happening, obviously the parity in the league is going to show up. And a lot of teams are young. They're talented, but they're young. And so all that mixed together makes just really difficult. You want to get your splits on the road, but we lost our first 2 road games to start the year. And so, we need to get a sweep back somewhere and take care of business at home. And so the loss on Saturday night by 3, it's kind of a hard pill to swallow going into the Christmas break, but it's what happened.
Yep. Well, as we go to the holidays here, the Vikings have a break and then come back and get practicing again. And on New Year's Day, January 1st, at 6 o'clock, we play St. Cloud State, and it's been quite a rivalry with the Huskies. Final of the region last year, could have went either way. They edged us and got to the Elite Eight, Tom.
Actually, they went to the Elite Eight and beat Midwestern State, got to the Final Four, beat us in overtime in the regional. And, Witt's a fantastic player, and Fisher's really playing well for him inside. So be a good game, and, home, be fun to have our crowd here. I hope January 1st is a good day for people to come out. Football games aren't near as good as they used to be. They've changed all that. So we need everybody there. And again, I'd said this on the radio last night, but after playing in front of the crowds we did the last couple nights, and that's no fault of those programs. Those are 2 good programs, but you really appreciate the crowds that we get here at Augustana. It really is that extra 6th man that you need on tough games, and so we're happy to be back home and very appreciative of the crowds.
Well, that game is on New Year's Day, and then on January 2nd, the very next day, which is a Sunday, we take on Concordia St. Paul, another 6 o'clock game.
And a very much improved team, playing well, really good basketball team, good big guys inside, couple Division I transfers. And, last year they beat us at their place in a key game. That might have cost us a chance to host the regional. So, again, 2 very good teams coming in here, and should be some great basketball.
Well, Tom, you're off to a solid start. Your team's going to get better. And a lot of games to go, and happy holidays to the
you too.
Billiter family.
Yeah, you too. Same to you, Bill, and everyone out there. Thank you.
The Augustana Women's Basketball Report with Coach Dave Krauth is next.
You may have met one. The teachers who challenge. The ones who motivate. The ones who can fire imagination. The ones, in short, that you'll find at Augustana. Now, maybe you don't believe that one college could have so many great professors. If so, you're in for an education. Augustana.
This new Jetta is awesome. Yeah. Right now during Sign Then Drive, you can take home a Volkswagen for just your signature.
Really? That's great.
Yeah. Plus it includes scheduled carefree maintenance.
Huh.
Light's green. There you go. Oh, you need a pen. I had one here just a second ago. Who would take my pen?
It's amazing what you can do with a pen. Sign Then Drive is back. For a limited time, get any 2011 Volkswagen for practically just your signature.
We call it the pioneer spirit. Always pushing a little farther. Always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new. Something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here, the new Sanford Health.
The Augustana Women's Basketball Report is brought to you by Mid-Continent Communications.
With me now is Augustana women's basketball coach Dave Krauth. Well, Dave, on the weekend before Christmas here, the Vikings headed up north 2 games. The first one was at Minnesota Crookston, and the Vikings came out with a nice victory. Let's talk about that one first.
Well, that was a real solid game for us against a real dangerous Crookston team, a team that scores, they got a lot of shooters and slashers and gives you matchup problems, sometimes playing without a post. But we got good balance, got everybody, all of our starters in double figures, shot the ball pretty well, got off to a good start, and just almost the way you would have scripted it.
Yeah, well, a great win for the Vikings, their 11th win of the season. And then on Saturday, one of those that just kind of got away, Dave. A very good Minnesota State Moorhead team, very competitive, but the Vikings had it kind of going their way, and things just didn't turn out.
No, and that's, Moorhead's kind of had our number over the last couple years. They've had some tough matchups for us, and we really didn't play great, but we got ourselves a little bit of a lead, and then coming down the stretch, or maybe even the last 10 minutes, but probably later than that, boy, we just couldn't make a play, got a couple calls that went against us, that took baskets away, and then got a couple kids in foul trouble, and we had a hard time guarding them, so things just sort of evaporated, and you could sense that we were all hanging on, and it was one that you let go that, you hope later in the year you're not looking back and say that was one we should have gotten.
Well, Moorhead's got a very good team, as we said. Dave, really a great weekend for Alex Feeney, 2 solid ball games in a row.
Yeah, I mean, she was probably, we had real good balance and got everybody in doubles the first night of the weekend, but she had 2 good games. And I was pretty happy with that because particularly her inside game has been a little, that's an inconsistent part of her game. She's playing an undersized post and did some things around the basket, rebounded a little bit better, and still stepped out and hit a few threes. So that was probably, I think, the brightest, individual spot in the weekend.
Well, as we come to the Christmas holiday here and a little bit of a break, it's kind of a time to reflect and look at the league. And the Vikings are 4-2. Wayne's out in front, but there's a lot of people in the mix here.
Yeah, I think it almost looks, you hate to judge, but Wayne is playing so well, and they are just loaded. They're only giving up 50 points a game or thereabouts. They could be the team that really separates themselves, and then the rest of us are going to fight for other spots. And in the end, that if everybody beats each other too often, I mean, that sometimes isn't the best. Right. For what may play out in the postseason, but that's at least through the first 3 weeks, that's kind of the way it's shaping up.
Well, there's 16 conference games to go here, so we have a long stretch. The Vikings, after the holidays here, come back on January 1st, New Year's Day, home game here at 4 o'clock against St. Cloud State, and then we follow that on Sunday the 2nd, another 4 o'clock game with traditionally strong Concordia St. Paul team. Talk about the games, Dave.
Well, they're both athletic teams that play very hard. St. Cloud, probably had kind of year last year where they weren't really happy with their overall record, but we were lucky to get out of St. Cloud with a win. I remember that game, and they've already got themselves a couple impressive wins this year. Concordia is an underachieving team this year. They've lost a few close ones. They've got all their perimeter kids back. They're just lightning quick, and so we've got really 2 tough ones to come off what'll become an 8-day break for us.
Well, Dave, good luck as you go to the games here in the new year, and thanks for being with us again, and happy holidays to the Krauth family.
Same to you, Bill.
Up next, Augie Sports Focus. Stay with us.
We call it the pioneer spirit. Always pushing a little farther. Always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new. Something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here. The new Sanford Health.
A message from the Better Bundle Bureau. Mid-Continent Communications has the best bundle to beat boredom without busting the budget. With its $99 a month theater DVR trio, people are downright giddy, saving over $500 a year and still being thoroughly entertained. Free HD, on-demand, the fastest broadband speeds known to man, and unlimited local and long-distance calling, all wrapped up in a nice little $99 bundle. The theater DVR trio. It's the best bundle on earth.
At Schoenemann's, our staff's expertise goes far beyond hardware. In fact, we know just how important your home is to you and are committed to making every project a success. So, whether you're just adding some color to your life or adding on for your growing family, Schoenemann's can help. Sure, we know you can pick up nails just about anywhere, but when it's expert advice you need, you'll find it only at Schoenemann's.
You can always do it right with Schoenemann's.
Augustana Sports Focus is brought to you by Schoenemann's.
Call it a day to understand. They gather at the Shriners Hospital. They're reminded and inspired. Former Viking great Joey Browner stops by to give some thoughts.
My hat's off to your coach for bringing you here so you can see how fortunate you are to be able to be a student and an athlete.
The players find out firsthand what it's like to play through a disability. They work through a process that is everyday life to a patient.
It's a big difference when you don't have your full use of your body.
That's what these days are supposed to demonstrate, that these student athletes are lucky to live life with athletic dreams. A simulation illustrates the point.
Just to kind of so they can feel kind of the daily struggles that these kids go through, how much more energy it takes for them to, go to school throughout the day or get around on the playground.
So we see 700 patients a month in this clinic.
It's high impact, exactly the point, from all angles. The next day, life maybe seems easier, or at least there's a sense of freedom. Augustana is in the process of restoring a tradition of winning football. In one of the nation's top Division II conferences, the Vikings are turning heads. It's created a feeling on the Sioux Falls campus, one that comes with a winner, one that comes with special Saturdays spent in the fall.
I mean, you get to come out and you get to play every Saturday for 11 guaranteed games, and that's the best part. You work 12 months out of the year, and you get to play 11 times guaranteed. It's just something you can't explain to other people.
They've been playing football here for quite some time, and the alumni is taking note. Some played in the early years of Augie football.
That first game in 1945, it was our homecoming game. We only played 4 games that year. We won our first game before a crowd of 2,000 people here at the stadium, and it was packed.
Things have changed since then. Most recently, it came in the form of a new stadium on campus and with a new feeling.
It's been an amazing ride. I mean, from where we were when I first started to where we are now, it's almost hard to kind of track that trajectory.
We spent a year researching, the best places in the country at Division II and what they do as far as the fan experience. And that brought us to what we now call Viking Land, which is our pre-game area where we do our food, we do our fun. It's a family setting, and people have really caught on to that.
It's awesome. It's just a big, happy family. Great community, great people. It's a great way to get to know everybody and have fun.
You know, there's a lot of pride to be a parent and having a son playing football for Augustana. It's got a 150-year tradition, and with this new stadium and the team and where we're going in the conference and winning, it's just great to have a son part of this new tradition that's building here.
Looks like those clouds are going to hit us.
Be nice.
When I first started here in 2001 as an assistant, you know, we had our locker rooms were something that when we brought kids in on recruiting visits, we pulled a shower curtain across half of the things so they couldn't see what it was like. And, you know, it's never a good thing when you're trying to hide things from guys just because you don't want to get beat in the recruiting game for facilities.
That team should have no business playing with you guys. But you got to go out there and prove it, all right? Let's get after it. Let's have a great time. Let's have a lot of fun, but let's work for perfection, all right? Work for perfection right here.
Well, I'm a defensive-minded guy, which is weird because I played offense, but that's kind of where my career has gone towards. And so, you know, the way I look at it is a little bit through defensive glasses, but, you know, if we can, on defense, stop the run and create turnovers, we'll do a good job.
Go out there and show them who the best team is. We've got to go out there and show the entire country that we are for real.
With winning comes a pride that changes the feel of the college. The athletic department has built a competitive program.
Okay, let's go Blue 4! Great job, okay? Hey, they got us on fists, that's all right, we got a great hit on that quarterback, okay?
Football is vitally important to us. It's not only important, obviously, that we want to be a strong athletic tradition, but it's important in our enrollment. It's important to the institution.
Hey, let's go on!
What it does transcends athletics. It calls attention to the school, something money cannot buy, and a part that cannot be ignored in the overall quality of a higher institution.
Game day on a college campus is really a fabulous opportunity for the community to gather in celebration of the institution. So that's what we do here, and we cheer on our student athletes as they go out and do battle in our name. And it's just fabulous. The new stadium has provided for us an on-campus opportunity to really celebrate Augustana in a new way.
I would think in the second half, let's be prepared for the switch. Let's be prepared for the shake route.
Not lost in this attempt to excel on the football field is that they are well aware this will probably be the last significant football any one of them plays. Enter the Augie experience. The sports simply fill out the menu of a broad-based step into adulthood.
Well, the biggest thing with Augie is that it's a great academic community. That's something that I knew that I wanted for sure, was a place where I could be challenged rigorously with academics, but still have the opportunity to play football at a high level.
It seems that the teams that win focus on doing the right things for the right reasons. The winning seems to take care of itself. At Augustana, they have found that simplistic yet difficult combination, the way it's supposed to be, with pride and perspective.
I hope, and I can see it in some of your guys' eyes, there's a little bit of a disappointment, okay? You know what? That's good. There should be a burning fire in your belly. We didn't play as good as we could, okay? We didn't play as good as we could. And that's okay to feel that way right now. The game is over. We got the win.
For me to be able to go into coaching and give back in that same fashion and try to be not necessarily a father figure, but a mentor as best as possible, like was given to me, I think is the most important thing I could possibly do.
The Augustana Sports Calendar is next. We'll be right back.
they're not that easy to come by. The teachers who engage us, the truly gifted ones, the ones whose words stay with us for days or even years. The odds are you'll only know a few of them, unless you go to Augustana. Then your chances are greatly improved. Augustana.
How do you hold a moment? Keep friends and family close. Witness the passage of time. Replay the glory days. Relive magical nights. Create memories to share. How do you capture a lifetime? One picture at a time. Life Touch. Photography for a lifetime.
We call it the pioneer spirit. Always pushing a little farther. Always seeking something better. Today's pioneers still have it. We're creating something new. Something that will transform lives worldwide, that will redefine healthcare. We're doing it for you, with you. The pioneer spirit still lives, right here, in the new Sanford Health.
The Augustana Sports Calendar is brought to you by Sanford Health.
Let's take a look at the Augustana Sports Calendar for the last part of December. From Sunday, December 19th to Friday, December 31st, there are no athletic events scheduled at Augustana, so Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Saturday, January 1st, the basketball teams are back in action against St. Cloud State. The women tip off at 4 o'clock, with the men following at 6 at the Elman Center. Sunday, January 2nd, doubleheader basketball again. The Vikings, the ladies, take on Concordia St. Paul at 4 o'clock. The men play the Golden Bears at 6 o'clock, both games at the Elman Center. Monday, January 3rd, it's the Augustana Coaches Show on ESPN 99.1 at 5 o'clock. And Wednesday and Thursday, January 5 and 6, Augustana Sportscene is back here at this time on this same channel. And for radio coverage of Augustana basketball, you can hear the men on KIKN FM 100.5 and worldwide on the web at KIKN.com. And the Augustana ladies can be heard on KXRB AM 1000 and worldwide on the web at KXRB.com. And for complete information on Augustana athletics, go to our website, goaugie.com. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me again next Wednesday or Thursday on this channel for another edition of Augustana Sportscene. Have a great week, everybody.
You've been watching Augustana Sportscene, a weekly update on NCAA Division II athletics at South Dakota's largest private college. Learn more about Augustana College in Sioux Falls at augie.edu.